I'm glad they came back out because I wanted to film the cloud dragons more, all lined up right here, the whole line of them. Because I realized, oh, plus they're right here overhead. One of those did a hard bank U-turn coming this way. Right here, it was like thump, thump, thump on the windows. As I come out, he's banking back around this way and going back the other way. And then the other two flew over that I caught on camera in my previous video. Looks like he's circling around. One of them, you can see two of them in the screen right there. And the way he hard banked right over my house, man. I don't call myself a TI. I just say I got caseworkers for observation and assessment. And that might have been a wake-up call, man, because they don't usually circle around. Okay, so here we go. Check it out. Cloud dragons. Doo-doo-doo. You can see a whole line of them right here. And then one right overhead. And then the line keeps going out that way. For as far as the eye can see, let there be cloud dragons. See how it kind of makes a line going right here to the one overhead. Right over here, I just got to get on this side of the trees to be able to see it. So that's like Space Force, the way they're all lined up like a convoy. And they're all low, like right here. Oh yeah, we gotta do an episode with Boogeyman. Boogeyman is showing you the Santilli telescope, the little glass dome on a mirror, and what he caught up in the clouds, which is exactly what Casey Kidd used to film the sun, where I extracted the photos of the Airborne aircraft carrier with the triangles parked 2x2x2. And not to sound conceited, but my images blow his out of the water. But nonetheless prove that what he is trying to say is certain, and that that's another person who's tapped into it. Because Boogeyman was on the podcast last night of Best Damn Podcast, I think the name of his YouTube channel is called. It's the first time I ever watched it. Because Boogeyman was streaming, but his volume went out, so I went over to his buddy's channel that he was doing the show with. And they were talking about SKYDOME Atlantis. And they were showing how the Santilli telescope method is what reveals the truth up there. And he talks a lot of stuff about the sun on tracks and a bunch of other stuff like that. And I don't know about all that, but it is through the Santilli telescope. And I'll include a link in the description of this video since I'm mentioning it, where Casey Kidd takes a glass dome, magnifying glass, and puts it on a beautification mirror, hangs it out his car window, and he's all bouncing around with camera in one hand and the Santilli telescope, homemade version of it, in the other hand, hanging right out his car door window. And I took screenshots and zoomed in and ran contrast and pulled from that the triangular craft that are parked 2x2x2 on that Airborne aircraft carrier. Not just generally triangular shape, triangles with 4 fins off the back of each one of them. just like our Blackbird SR-72 and other spy planes. So, adjust your dome, stretch your synapses. We're going to be going over that here pretty soon. But since the ghetto birds came back, I thought I'd film those again. Show you some more cloud dragons and Space Force. They're running preparatory operations here, it looks like. Space Force, Space Force. Let there be Space Force. That's not even the sun, you guys. The sun is way over to the right over here. The sun is over here. What is that? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here, I'm going to zoom back out here for a minute. Sun is clear over here. Sun is right there. What is that? It went behind the clouds. Maybe it was just a brightly lit piece of cloud. All out of place and stuff. Or maybe we're not in Kansas anymore. But either way, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. You see how crazy this is, right? It's catching some pretty good images. Space Force lined up as far as the eye can see here. Alright. I'll wait till the next time the ghetto birds come back by to show you some more Space Force images. You can almost see how this one is moving that way because the cloud behind it, this cloud runs behind it, is moving that way behind it, or this one is moving that way. Space Force, Space Force. Space Force. Space Force lined up right along here. See them? These closer ones that are gray compared to the ones in back that are white. And they go clear down to there. See the dragon head right there. You can see all sorts of faces and stuff you want to see in there, but there is some stuff to all that dragon stuff. But I was just basically showing you how they're lined up far as the eye can see from horizon to horizon, that's all. Giant one right overhead. Here's one. This is a singular one that you can see all stacked up. On down, these ones are all stretched out, longer, and then you got this one overhead, like right here. And then this one is one of them overhead. Goes right here. And it kind of melds with this next one that runs right there. So that's what they look like close up. The ones that are directly overhead, that's one of them. And that's the other one. It's this big dark center. You can hardly even see it, maybe because of the lighting. So we'll try and fix that. There we go. That's one big old giant Space Force. And that's another big old giant Space Force. You can see they kind of connect. And the line of them runs down right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the line goes on down the way. Huh? Space Force, Space Force. And you can see some off in the background over here, one there and one there. And they're all so low you can even see the tops of them back there.